Hey buddy, Crow back again with another Pinball FX3 video. This time we're gonna start looking at Williams Pinball Table Pack number 3, which include Theater of Magic, The Champion Pub, and Safecracker. Was released for $9.99, at least in the US, and at very least on Steam. I think it is on other platforms, but I only concentrate on Steam. So in this video we're gonna be looking at Theater of Magic. I'm probably going to edit these differently than I have in the past. Very similar, but a little bit different. I know what we're going to do is going to look over the table. I'm going to have some gameplay. I'm going to kind of have some voiceover describing the table a little bit. We're going to have some comparisons between the different modes and to Pinball Arcade. And then we'll see one whole complete game, more than likely in an enhanced version. But for right now, I'm going to stream. Alright, here we are looking at some footage of a classic single-player game in the arcade setting with the enhancements turned off. Now, the final game you'll see in this video will be a complete game with the same mode, but the enhancements will be on. And before I go any further, I need to mention that this table pack was given to me by Zen Studios. I did play the beta. They gave me the code for the beta, and it kind of carried over into the full version, so I did not pay for this. It was given to me by Zen Studios just to get that out there. But yeah, this is Theater of Magic. This was originally released in March of 1995 under the Bally name. It was designed by John Papaduke. Around 6,600 of these machines were produced. And the theme of this is that of a magic show where you are the magician completing various illusions. This game was originally planned to be licensed to feature David Copperfield, but it was altered when that license didn't happen, and that's a fact I didn't even know until I started doing research for this. And I think it's one of those facts that pops up when you're just floating around the table before you start a game. And since this is a magic-themed machine, I feel that a lot of the features on this table are more impressive in real life than they are in any virtual version. I mean, we've got the magic trunk on the playfield that can levitate the ball and make it vanish for multi-ball. We've got the spirit ring that can grab the ball from one ramp and release it on another. And we've got the Magna saves that will automatically rescue the ball from potentially draining in the out lanes. The rollover lanes at the top of the playfield are obscured purposefully, so the players have to rely on a mirror to see them. And also, we can't forget about the trapdoor that'll open on the playfield to access the random bonus awarded in the basement. Now basically, this game revolves around completing 4 tasks and then completing the grand finale. The first task is completing Theater. By hitting the left orbit each time will earn a letter. And once all the letters are earned, Theater Hurry Up is activated, and hitting the ball in the trunk within the time limit will award points. Well, a lot of points, really. It's usually over 50 million. The next task is multi-ball, and that's pretty easy. It's just locking 2 balls behind the trunk while the locks are lit, and then hitting the trunk, and then you get multi-ball. The next task is Midnight Madness, and that's done by advancing the clock to midnight, and hitting the right orbit is the primary way to do this, although there are other methods to advancing the clock. Now, once Midnight Madness is activated, hitting the trunk will result in big point rewards for a limited amount of time. And then finally, the last task is to access all the illusions, and this could be the most time-consuming of the bunch. To start an illusion, you have to hit the trunk 3 times, and then hit the ball in the trunk. Now the illusions, I won't go into details, but basically the illusions are the Tiger Saw, the Levitating Woman, the Trunk Escape, the Spirit Cards, the Safe Escape, the Metamorphosis, the Straight Jacket, and Hat Magic. Now thankfully, you only have to start the illusions to get credit for them. You don't have to complete them. And that's good for a few reasons. One, they all are all timed, so when you run out of time, the mode just ends. Also, by starting something like multi-ball, they could just end the mode as well. But so thankfully, you don't have to complete them, you just have to start them. So that kind of speeds things up a little bit. And doing all those will start the final mode, the grand finale. Now let's talk about some of the enhancements when you activate the enhancements in this Pinball FX3 Williams Pinball version. The first and the main thing is the Magician that appears next to the trunk. And she has animations that are related to what's going on. She'll disappear, levitate, shoot fireworks, throw playing cards, and she'll wave her wand at the magic trunk to make it appear as if she's controlling it. Next thing we've got is a giant top hat on top of the spirit ring. We've got the comedy and tragedy theater mechs that appear in the back box, and they actually make it a little bit easier to see which rollover lane is lit. And then other little touches include the alternate sidewall art that's done for all the other tables. We've got slightly glowing flippers, and then the balls will glow when charged with magical energy. And I also have to mention that the balls actually vanish when in the Vanish Multi-Ball mode, and it's actually the only enhancement I've seen so far in Williams Pinball that I don't like, because it is so hard to see the balls at that point. So usually when that mode is activated, I'll turn the enhancements off so I can see the balls actually, and then turn it back on once the mode is over. And so that's all I'm really going to cover here. So next what we'll see is some side-by-side comparisons, and then after that we'll see a full game, and it's certainly not going to be the best game I had, but just a full game played during the stream in single classic player arcade mode with the enhancements turned on. Alright, so here we are looking and comparing the Zen Physics mode versus the arcade setting. Zen Physics is the single player mode, the regular single player mode, and arcade setting is the classic single player mode with the arcade setting. That is more true to life physics. The Zen physics are the same physics that Zen Studios has always had for all their tables. It's a bit easier to play with. The ball will catch a little bit easier. The arcade setting, you see the ball can bounce around a bit more I would say more unpredictable, but it could be unpredictable in Zen Physics too. But here we are comparing the same Zen Physics regular classic player versus the single classic player tournament setting. The tournament setting is a bit harder. The table is angled up higher, so the ball comes down to the flippers a bit faster. Some of the settings have changed a bit. It's harder to get extra balls. I think it's actually impossible to get extra balls in tournament settings. So random things are actually more set. Here we are comparing the classic single player arcade setting versus the classic single player tournament setting. You can see that the ball's a little bit faster in the tournament setting. The arcade setting, I would say it's a little bit easier, but sometimes it might not be the case. But yeah, these are the more difficult modes, the more realistic modes. Again, the Zen Physics mode it's easier to play with. It's a lot easier to score higher points with. Also, with the Zen mode, you can use enhanced, special abilities, like to slow down time and reverse time and whatnot. Depends on what you picked. Here we're looking at the Zen. This is both Zen Physics mode, but it's just a comparison of the regular mode versus the enhanced mode. You can hit that circle button or the B button, depending on your controller, and turn on the enhancements. And just to give you a side-by-side comparison of that, you can see the magician, the hat, the balls sometimes glow. There's a magic wand on the over the ball release ramp, which I didn't mention before. But here we are looking at Pinball FX3 versus Pinball Arcade. Get a side-by-side comparison of what this table looked like in Pinball Arcade. Table is no longer for sale in Pinball Arcade, but if you already bought it, you could still play it, which is how I'm doing it here. You can see that the lights are a little bit different. The lighting underneath the playfield are a little bit brighter in Pinball Arcade. But you can see that the physics in Pinball Arcade, the ball just floats a lot. Here it is. We're looking at the tournament setting versus Pinball Arcade. Same Pinball Arcade settings. But again, the tournament setting and the single classic player for Pinball FX3. And yeah, you could really, it's really about the ball physics, really. You could just totally see the difference between the two, and it's really hard to go back to playing Pinball Arcade once you've played the Pinball FX3 version. And that's all I'll talk about now. What we're going to see now is a game played during the stream. Not the best one, but just a game.
Welcome to the Theater of Magic.
Nice miss. Hey, start the clock.
1 o'clock.
I should actually keep going for the right loop just because of getting partway lights the extra ball. And that's something I could definitely use in this table.
It's 2 o'clock.
Why do I keep missing the trunk? It's another miss.
It's magic.
Whew. I thought I was gonna lose that.
Hocus pocus.
All right.
Performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk.
Don't tell me what to do. I should have gone for the
Up the center staircase.
Okay, so like 3 more times, and you like the extra ball. And it should be an easy shot to make, but I keep messing it up.
You have the magic.
Okay, we'll go for the trap door. Oh, I could get that okay somehow. What's with the weird 31 billion score? There we go, finally.
Straight jacket escape.
That's the
For the Jets.
Jets. Benny and the Jets.
You must break free.
Well, in order to do that, I have to hit the orbits, which I am not doing at the moment.
The Jets.
Why couldn't it be the...
Magic.
There we go.
Black is lit.
Go for the center.
What? It didn't even hit any of the Jets! She's dead. Why didn't it hit any Jets?
The first ball is
What's fun? You know, Game of Thrones, I played that once. It didn't really draw me in. It might be just because I'm not familiar with the show. I'm not sure. Okay, good. Extra ball is lit.
You have the magic.
I was going for the extra ball.
the second ball is lost.
I should just go for the multi-ball, which I could have swore I should have had there.
Shoot up the center staircase.
Or don't. There we go. Go for the extra ball.
Vanish.
Vanish. Oh, that sucks.
Go.
Okay, you say that the Pinball Arcade has both Doctor Who pinball tables. Yes. They have the one that's good and the one that's terrible. The one that actually didn't exist. Come on! Come on!
Go for multi-ball.
I'm trying to! I try and go... I can't hit the trunk for some damn reason. Like, I'm really flubbing it up. Like, I can't do it for some reason. How did that not even... How did I get on that side of the trunk from that flipper? There we go.
Multi-ball. Shoot for the trunk.
Oh, instead I'll lose the ball. Oh, it gave me the ball back because it's being generous. Except I lost it again. Oh, it went in there. Cool. Okay, cool. There it is. Ah. Oh, come on. Well, they'll just make the dummy's head come alive, I think. Ah, come on. Like, so close, but so far away.
7 o'clock.
Vanish.
Vanish.
Come on, that was cheap. Terrible.
Classics.
And there you have it. That is Theater of Magic. As you can see, for the full game I put in the video, wasn't necessarily the best game I had, even during the stream, because that would have been at least 2 or 3 times longer. But that was during the Zen Physics mode, and I kind of wanted to change it up and actually put the full game as a classic single-player arcade mode, but with the enhancements on, and that way it kind of shows you a bit more of the differences, or how it's more realistic than it is with the Zen Physics mode. And I knew the game wouldn't be as good as a Zen Physics game, and hell, even during the stream, I was having a really tough time getting a good score on the arcade mode. But I was like, you know what? It's going to be what it is. It's just kind of a way to show what the table is like with the enhancements on. I have done much better in the week following since I actually filmed the video, but that it is what it is. What is in the video is in the video. But yeah, it's a fun table. It definitely is better than the Pinball Arcade version. The enhancements are a welcome addition, although I still do not like the effect for the vanished balls. It is a lot harder than if you were to have the enhancements off. Normally the enhancements don't really affect anything, but I feel that having the balls actually vanish does make the table harder with the enhancements on. But we'll just leave it all at that. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, remember to like the video if you did in fact like the video. And if you did like the video and you're not yet subscribed, I would recommend subscribing, because I will have more videos just like this, especially for Champion Pub coming up, and Safecracker as well. That will be coming up. But there will be also Zaccaria pinball tables and other stuff as well. And there's plenty of other videos just like this on my channel. So thanks for watching. See you next time.